Do you ever wonder why your credit scores look different on Credit Karma versus Experian versus these other apps? And every time you apply for something, you get denied because every time Credit Karma says you have a high chance of getting approved, you don't understand why? Well, I'm going to show you why. Credit Karma is out here capping. So with that being said, you already know what time it is. Let's get right into it. What's good, family? I'm back with another one. Hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the family. So in today's class, I'm gonna break down the difference between Credit Karma and Experian, right? So you can properly be educated on why your scores look different on Credit Karma versus Experian. So when you apply for something, you know why you got denied or why you got approved. So with that being said, you already know what time it is. Go get you a piece of paper, go get you a pen, go get you something to drink, because class is about to be lit. All right, so in today's lesson, I'm gonna break down Credit Karma versus Experian, right? I'm gonna go over Credit Karma scores and why they are fluff, your real scores, and what to focus on if you have bad credit and what you gotta do to improve that credit so you can go ahead and get approved for what you really want. That house, that car, that personal funding, that business funding, whatever you're trying to do, whatever, I'm gonna show you what to focus on so you can go ahead and get to where you wanna be. So let's talk about your real credit scores, what banks are really looking at. So I'm gonna break it down to you. If you didn't know, I talked about it in a few of my videos, probably a lot of my videos. However, your real credit scores are your FICO credit scores, and Experian shows you your FICO credit scores. Now, how your FICO credit score is broken down into is 5 different factors, right? I want you to understand this. So if you ever look at it, you can probably educate yourself, your family members, your cousins, your friends, everybody, right, when it comes to your credit score. So if anybody ever asks you, you know the difference between the two. So, and you can give some game out to, people, right? So your credit score is broken down into 5 different factors. Now, the first major factor is payment history. So that's why if you ever miss a payment, it's 35% of your score. So if you ever miss a payment, it's gonna drop tremendously if you miss one payment. Now the next biggest factor is utilization, which is 30%. So what you wanna do is make sure you keep your utilization below 10%. A lot of people tell you 30, but that's average. But around here, 10% or lower. Now the next major factor is average age, which is 15% of your credit score. So that just comes with time. The longer you have credit, the more you start to see your credit improve based off of time without you doing nothing, because that just comes with age. So what you want to do is make sure you open up a lot of accounts as soon as possible and let that progress, and then you continue adding on whenever you need credit, right? So the next 2 biggest things, right? Credit mix, right? Credit mix is 10% of your credit score. So what you want to make sure you have is revolving accounts and installment accounts. Let me break it down to you. Revolving accounts consist of your credit card, your store card, your charge cards. Those are your revolving accounts, right? Your installment accounts consist of your student loan, your personal loan, a car loan, a house loan. Those are your installment accounts because they have an end date and they're the same thing every single month, right? Last but not least, new accounts / hard inquiries, right? So that's 10% of your credit score. So let's talk about why Credit Karma scores are fluff, right? And if you didn't know, Credit Karma scores are different. However, they are real credit scores when it comes to your credit score, but they are fluff, right? And what I mean by fluff is they'll tell you that you have a higher chance of getting approved based off of their metrics. However, what the banks are really looking at is what the ones I told you prior, which is your FICO score. This is why I say they're fluff. They don't give you they give you a real score, but they're not giving you what the banks are really looking at. So I have a breakdown of the Vantage score. So as you can see, because I don't really talk about it this much, but as you can see, your Vantage score breakdown, payment history is 40%. So if you ever miss a payment, you're gonna see your score really tank on Credit Karma because it has a higher higher percentage. Now age type of credit is 21%, utilization is 20%, the total balances is 11%, inquiries are 5%, and available credit is 3%. As you can see, the breakdown of what your Credit Karma scores is. So now you see why your credit scores are different on Credit Karma versus Experian and my FICO, right? They have a different breakdown. Your FICO score is broken down into 5 different factors, right? And your Vantage score is broken down into 6 different factors. So this is why it's different. Now you're properly educated. Now you understand why your credit scores are different. Now you know why you get denied. Now you understand what's going on with your real credit scores. If you're not at a 700 plus credit score, here's what you got to focus on. What you want to focus on first is paying down your credit cards, right? If they're maxed out, pay them down to at least 10% or lower. Next, if you have missed payments, remove all those missed payments off your credit report. Make sure you're sitting at least 100% payment history. Now, in the meantime, make sure you're removing those negative items off your credit report. If you have collections, charge-off, repossession, bankruptcy, what you want to do is remove those negative items as well as you're cleaning up everything else. And if you have a lot of hard inquiries, yes, that's last, but you want to make sure you remove those hard inquiries, because if you're trying to get funded for your business, if you're trying to get a house, if you're trying to get a car, you want to remove all those hard inquiries so you can go ahead and not get denied, because you don't want to look thirsty out here when it comes to applying for things. So clean up those things, and then you're going to see your credit score take off. So if you need help, I got two solutions for you, right? You can either book a call with my team, or you can watch this video right here while I show you step by step on how to remove negative items off your credit report within the next 14 to 15 days or even quicker.